I think many of you have the same goal that I have, which is doing something that you love and being more profitable rather than less profitable. So efficiency is really a very critical component to that, which is why today I want to discuss the Husky Bucket Jockey. But before I get into that, let me say thank you to a couple of the viewers out there. One of them is Tat for Dragons, I believe it is, who recommended, and this is where I get hasty because I've got about 20 balls I'm juggling in the air, and occasionally a couple of those balls drop and hit the ground. So what I did is I came back and I reconfigured my vacuum, and now it looks like original equipment. So I disassembled this, I reconnected it, and I don't know why I didn't think of this, because really it's a perfect suggestion, so thank you much. Someone also suggested that I use the shrink wrap, which I thought about that after the fact also. Anyhow, so I took your advice. So just so you know, I in turn am learning from you guys. So thank you very much. So on to the Husky Bucket Jockey, and the topic of efficiency is king. And yes, I know I have many kings in my world. Presentation is king, communication is king, efficiency is king. Today it's about efficiency. Why? For profitability. You will learn that if you are in the business long enough, you can wear yourself into the ground, because by nature, detailing is very hard work. Never mind if you want to over deliver to your customers, that makes it that much more harder. So efficiency is a win-win for everyone. The more efficient you can become as a detailer, the more profitable you can become as a detailer, and the more gratifying it is to drive away knowing that you made more money rather than less money. Also, the more efficient that you become, the less you can charge if you choose to do so. The more competitive you can be. So it's a win-win on both sides. As far as efficiency goes, this by far is one of my favorite tools. Can you really call this a tool? Well, to me, absolutely, it is a tool. It is a tool that will make you a better detailer by making you more efficient. This is what I call my interior detail setup. It houses all of my chemicals, all of my extra tools, brushes, tools, go down the list, scrub pads, everything is contained in here. It literally is compartmentalized. I can pull this out of my van, I bring it to the car. So let me dissect this. And there is endless choices, by the way. Husky, as well as Shopvac, as well as some of the detailing companies, whether it's buffer bags, utility bags, go down the list. I have tried numerous ones over the years. This is the one that has stuck with me the longest because it has so many different compartments. It fits on a traditional 5-gallon bucket. Just so you know, this is not a 5-gallon bucket though. I think it's a 3-gallon. It's shorter. I got this exact bucket to fit this exact sleeve that fits over a normal size bucket opening. So the only difference between this bucket and a 5-gallon is that it's shorter. I did that just so that my chemical sprayers would sit above the rim line, because if it was a 5-gallon bucket, they would sit down in it and it would just, I feel, be a little less user friendly. So that's why I chose this type of bucket. Now I've got my Mcguire's Super Degreaser that, as a rule, I have it diluted anywhere from 5-to-1 to 10-to-1 for interior cleaning. This right here is diluted 5-to-1. You do not need to overthink that. That's the good news, is that you can toy with the dilution ratios and you can figure out what the winning combination is for you. For me personally, as a rule, I keep it 5-to-1. I've got my Mcguire's all-purpose cleaner here. As a rule, it's diluted down 10-to-1. That means 10 parts water to every 1 part concentrate. There If you get the dedicated Mcguire's bottles, the dilution ratio is right on the side. So right here we have 4-to-1, 10-to-1. What that means is that you fill the bottle up to this line. If you wanted to do it 4-to-1 with water, the rest of it up to the bottom of these ribs would be the concentrate. So I do it 10-to-1. So I fill it up to here, 10 part, or up to here with water, up to this line with concentrate, and that makes it 10-to-1. But once again, whether you get it spot on or a little off, it's not going to make or break your world. What I've done is I've configured my own little divider in here. This is just a little makeshift divider, and it separates my two sprayers because this is what I use to clean every interior. There literally is no exceptions for me. The only exception is that within this container, I don't carry my fabric protector. I carry that separately in my van. But this is one of my brushes that I slide in right here. This is one of my non-abrasive scrub pads that I slide right in there. In here is my aerosol spray dressing, one of many that I use. This happens to be Stoner Shine Spray. This will not look exactly the same if you order it on AutoGeek. This I buy in bulk by the case because I like it so much and go through so much of it. This is a traditional tar and adhesive remover. It's a commercial brand, so I use it in a separate, smaller container. Here's the alcohol I use. I get it at Costco in bulk. This happens to be 70%. You don't have to overthink that part either. These brushes, by the way, this you can find on my website. I've got my mother's brush here. I like this one because it's stiffer than this one. This one I would use like on leather. This I got at Target. It's OXO. This one you can get on AutoGeek, and I use it on the floor mats because it's stiffer and more aggressive and fits nicely in the side compartment ever so perfectly. This brush I like because I can leverage it if I'm scrubbing like the dead pedals, the gas pedal, the brake pedal, different areas where you just want some more leverage to really scrub harder. This slides very conveniently there. I've got my different types of dusting brushes. This is actually a woman's makeup brush, extremely soft. You can spend a lot of money on these. I have one dusting brush that was 90 bucks alone. I don't carry it here. It is made of all natural fibers, but you can get these at Target, Sephora, Walmart. Just go in the women's makeup section and pick out one that's ultra soft, because the traditional dusting brushes for cars, they can scratch certain gauge faces, the clear plastic, different types of veneer wood. So that's why I prefer a softer one that is soft enough for a woman's face. It's soft enough for the inside of the car dash. Some of these brushes I keep because I get them wet. So I have different brushes. Here's my pet hair removal brush. I carry my magic eraser pad right here. Once again, a separate compartment for that. I've got a razor blade. These are just the different types of tools that I carry with me regardless. For example, let's say there's a floor mat that has a loose thread that's coming out. I can simply shave it off. So I carry my razor blade there. These are my various forms of detailing brushes. This is very standard type of detailing brush you can get like on AutoGeek. Different types of toothbrushes. Some are more aggressive than others. Here's my gum stimulator that I use to clean out the perforations on leather seating if I need to, or detail out around the crevasses of like the shifter gate, or where the veneer wood meets up to the vinyl piece on the interior of a car. I can run this in between that edge and really detail it out. So I keep that there. Some metal scrapers. I've got my other type of razor blade here. I've got my two different types of scrub pads. This is a Scotch-Brite abrasive pad that I will use like on exhaust chrome tips, or sometimes on the threshold plates where there's so much damage that I need to literally abrade away the dirt and try to smooth out the scuffs. This is a Scotch-Brite non-abrasive scrub pad that I use. Many of you have asked where I get these. I get these in our area, there's what's called these 99-cent only stores. It's a cheap pad. They're very stiff to begin with, but you can break them up and soften them up very easily with water. You can scrub them against something that you don't worry about, and then they become the perfect pad that's very cheap and very user-friendly. So I have that there. But this tool caddy to me is ideal. It's the perfect size. It houses everything I need to do the interior of a car. So business is difficult. It's one thing to get busy and to get business. It's entirely different to be busy and profitable. So that is my goal, is to help you guys not just become busy, because I don't want you to be busy and wear yourself in the ground and end up hating your job and hating to do something that you actually loved doing at the beginning. I want you to be busy and profitable. So hopefully with my experience, you can learn how to become more profitable. So you can find this on my links. Like I said, don't forget to follow me on Instagram or Facebook. I will have the links for the different brushes on the Show More box underneath this video. I will have the link for the bucket or the Husky Bucket Jockey. So check it out. Hope you've learned something this time around. So business is difficult regardless of the business you're in. We just happen to be in the business of auto detailing. My goal is to help you not only become busier and to get more business, but to become as profitable as possible in the process of becoming busy. The last thing that I would want for you is to find yourself worked so far into the ground because you're worn up, you're used up, you're bitter, you're resentful because you're not making enough money, you're over delivering to your customers, and you're finding that at the end of the day, you're not profitable. There is a big difference. So you've got this constant battle between delivering perfection and to becoming profitable or remaining or turning a profit. I want you to be busy, to get more business, and to be as profitable as possible. So I hope you have learned something today. Check out the Show More box below. There will be links for the brushes, for the Husky Bucket Jockey. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and tune in till next time.